The Madlanga Commission continues its work examining allegations and evidence related to serious concerns within the country's justice and law enforcement environment. These proceedings follow earlier sessions in which witnesses presented accounts, documents, and competing versions of events, all now being examined as part of the Commission's mandate to establish what is accurate and what is not. As with all Commission hearings, evidence is tested, challenged, and placed on record before any conclusions can be drawn. What follows is a segment from the latest hearing, where key testimony is presented and questioned in detail. This is Think Beyond, going beyond the headlines and into the evidence.
My colleague Commissioner Baloyi came in when I also wanted to come in and also to raise a similar point. Mr. Karim himself seems to treat his companies basically either as the same entity, as it were. I know you're going to raise the legal point that they simply cannot be. But look at who was supposed to loan the money. It was Ziggy. But I think the money did not come from... Yes, some of it came from Tamiz. And also I think the payment back, was it not to Tamiz as well? Even the payment was not to Ziggy, but to Tamiz. So he himself is treating his companies in sort of a jumble, as it were. So it seems highly technical, as Commissioner Baloyi suggests, for Mr. Karim to now adopt through you this technical legal position that no, we are dealing with separate legal entities. Tamiz is separate from Ziggy, Ziggy is separate from Tamiz, and Tamiz, or rather, and both of them are separate from Tasmika. That, to me, in the circumstances of what has been happening here, is, I feel, subject to what you say, is highly, highly technical.
Yes. Chair, we're not suggesting, I take your point that he's not always kept the distinctions clear. All we're suggesting is that the criticism that he deliberately withheld information from his statement is not one that can be made. And if that is going to be advanced, and particularly listening to the debate with the commissioners, it's all the more reason why we need time to deal with this carefully and properly. Because you are going to draw inferences. We can see that happening already from aspects which we say you should not. But the point I'm making is this. We don't suggest that he's not entitled to be questioned. Your point is correct that he doesn't always keep a strict distinction. But the submission goes to the criticism that somehow all of these entities that are not mentioned in the statement, I say all, but what applies in respect of Tasmika would apply to his other entities, somehow created an obligation on him to deal with whatever was done internally or otherwise, we don't know, between those companies and himself or Ziggy.
Something else altogether, I don't know if Commissioner Kumalo wanted to come in on the same issue, something different altogether. What's your position with regard to the separation suggested by Mr. Shaskalsin? That is issues relating to, is it the infographic? And the schedule. If those are pushed over to Friday, and that everything else be dealt with today.
Chair, firstly, we're not available on Friday. I'm in the High Court on a matter, and I haven't canvassed my legal team's availability, but Mr. Karim has me here representing him for this leg, so I'm not available on Friday. But we're happy to agree a date as soon as possible that suits diaries. We say there's no prejudice in holding over all of this to when Mr. Karim comes back. It's clear his evidence can't be completed today. It's clear that with the stand down, we in any case going to eat up into a substantial portion of today. My learned friend suggests a 45-minute or a 1-hour stand down. It's not in his mouth to suggest that. I don't know how long I'm going to need, but I'm going to do this carefully and I'm going to take proper time to do so. If
we are not inclined to adjourn so that you should prepare a postponement application. If our inclination is to give you time to consult, what time would you suggest? Mr. Shaskarsin has suggested 45 minutes to an hour. What would you suggest?
Chair, I think at least 2 hours, and I'll come back to you if I need more time. But I do want to say, it seems then that you've prejudged an application that
Mr. Bana, I take strong exception to that.
No.
You know, and you are an experienced counsel, you know that people presiding, let me use the court, the example of courts, you know that judges will engage you during argument, engage you to an extent that you will think they are against you. But in the end, you are surprised that the judgment is in your favor. Engaging counsel has nothing to do with matters being prejudged, and you know that. I take very strong exception to that attitude.
I don't think...
In fact, I find it unprofessional for you to say that I have prejudged issues purely because I'm engaging you. I take strong exception to that.
I don't think that you should take exception. And what
I do.
Can I respond, Chair? What you put to me was that you weren't going to allow an opportunity for the postponement application.
I did not. I did not say I am not. I never said so. We can play back the tape. We can play back the recording.
Then I was mistaken.
So that is, I can actually, to be rough, I can say you are lying.
No, then I was mistaken. I understood you to say that you were not prepared to allow a stand down for the postponement application to be brought, but you were ready to consider the stand down to deal with the documents. If I was mistaken in that, then I'm mistaken, but that is clearly how I understood it.
You definitely are. I did not. It was an if situation, which arises all the time during argument.
Then I accept that.
Thank you. And you apologize for what you said, because you basically suggested impropriety on my part, that I've prejudged issues whilst the matter is being debated. Are you tendering an apology for that?
Yes, if I misunderstood it, then I tender an apology. But as you say, the record will indicate, and my recollection is that you said, if you are not prepared...
So you are tendering a qualified apology, a conditional apology.
Chair, if I'm mistaken,
you are tendering a conditional...
I apologize, but that's not what I heard.
You are saying if the recording can what, so you are tendering a conditional apology.
It's what you put to me as well, that the recording will reflect what happens. What's good for you is good for me.
So I'm not accepting the so-called apology. Thank you very much. Any further submissions?
No, I did say if I misunderstood,
I'm saying I'm not, let's step off that. I'm saying I'm not accepting it. So let's step off that. Any further submissions?
No further submissions.
Thank you very much.
This is Think Beyond. Beyond limits, beyond ordinary, stay informed.